It started as nothing more than a rumor. Two names, Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, appearing side by side on social media headlines. Two of Korea's brightest stars, each with their own legacy, their own history, their own global following. For years, they had been admired from afar, celebrated in their own right. Lee Min-ho, the heartthrob who redefined the modern K-drama leading man. Hye Kyo, the timeless beauty whose elegance and depth made her a legend of the screen. But together, they had never been part of the same narrative. Until now. It all began with whispers. A sighting here, a photograph there. A brief encounter at an event where fans swore they saw them exchange more than just polite smiles. At first, it was dismissed as coincidence. After all, in the tightly knit world of Korean entertainment, stars inevitably cross paths. But then, the patterns began to emerge. A leaked photo from a late-night dinner. A video clip where Lee Min-ho's eyes seemed to follow Hye Kyo just a little too long. A candid shot where she was seen laughing at something only he had said. And suddenly, what had once been dismissed as impossible began to feel undeniable. Could it be true? Could Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, two stars who once seemed like strangers, become something more? Fans across the globe went into overdrive. On Twitter, hashtags trended. Hashtag Lee Min-ho Hye Kyo. Hashtag the visual couple. Hashtag K-drama dream come true. Instagram flooded with fan edits, blending clips of their past works into dreamy imagined love stories. TikTok exploded with theories, pointing out evidence that no one wanted to ignore. The way he looks at her, it's different, one fan wrote. I've never seen Hye Kyo laugh like that. There's something real here, another added. The most telling moment came when both stars were invited to the same luxury brand event. Cameras flashed as they entered, the air electric with anticipation. Would they greet each other? Would they interact? And then it happened. Lee Min-ho approached, his signature confident stride softened by something almost shy in his expression. Hye Kyo turned, her smile radiant yet undeniably warm. They shook hands, but fans swore it was more than formality. His hand lingered, hers tightened just slightly. And in that instant, the internet broke. Clips replayed endlessly. Some zoomed in on his gaze, unwavering and intent. Others highlighted the curve of her smile, softer than it had been all evening. Comment sections filled with declarations. This is the pairing we never knew we needed. They're glowing. Just look at them together. If this is acting, it deserves an award of its own. The rumors only deepened when insiders began to speak. One source claimed they had been spending time together away from the public eye. Another hinted that a collaboration, whether a drama or a film, might have sparked their closeness. But perhaps the most powerful confirmation didn't come from insiders or paparazzi. It came from the stars themselves. During a press junket, Lee Min-ho was asked casually about his recent social life. He smiled, paused for just a beat too long, and answered, I've been enjoying good company. Sometimes, life surprises you. The answer was vague. But for fans who had been watching closely, it was all the confirmation they needed. Hye Kyo, too, added fuel to the fire. In a rare Instagram story, she shared a photograph of the night sky. Simple, serene, captioned only with, "Some moments feel different." And almost immediately, eagle-eyed fans noticed the reflection in her wine glass on the table. A figure, tall, broad-shouldered, one that many swore resembled Lee Min-ho. Coincidence? Or a quiet hint? What makes this story so powerful isn't just the possibility of romance. It's the weight of their journeys. Lee Min-ho has long carried the expectations of being a Hallyu king, admired not only for his talent but for his striking presence. Yet behind the fame, fans know he has long searched for something real. Someone who sees him, not just the image he represents. Hye Kyo, on the other hand, has lived her own story of love, loss, and resilience. She has faced the spotlight in its brightest and darkest moments, emerging with dignity and grace. For her, love is not about spectacle. It's about depth. And so, the idea of these two souls finding each other feels less like gossip, and more like destiny. Fans imagine the conversations they must have shared. How he makes her laugh with his dry wit. How she grounds him with her wisdom and calm. How, in a world full of noise, they might just be each other's quiet. The dating buzz has even sparked discussions in media circles. Columnists write, this could be Korea's ultimate power couple. Beauty, talent, and legacy combined. Others muse, if they are truly together, they may redefine the very idea of celebrity romance in Asia. But perhaps the most touching reactions come from fans who have followed them for years. One longtime supporter of Hye Kyo wrote, if this is true, I'm just happy she's smiling again. Another, devoted to Lee Min-ho, commented, he deserves someone who understands the pressure of this life. She does. They fit. Still, both stars remain private. Neither has confirmed, neither has denied. And maybe that's what makes the story so magnetic. Because the unknown invites imagination. The unanswered questions allow fans to dream. And so, every photo, every clip, every subtle glance becomes evidence, proof, fuel for a love story that may or may not exist, but feels alive in the hearts of millions. In the end, whether this is simply friendship, professional respect, or the blossoming of something more, one thing is certain. The world is watching. Watching two stars who once seemed like strangers. Slowly, quietly, becoming something more. And maybe that's the beauty of it. Love, after all, doesn't always arrive with grand declarations. Sometimes, it begins with a glance, a smile, a shared moment under the weight of flashing cameras. Sometimes, it begins in whispers, before it grows into something undeniable. And as fans wait for the next sighting, the next post, the next fleeting moment that confirms their hopes, one truth remains clear. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, whether in love or simply crossing paths, have already given the world a story worth remembering. Because sometimes, it's not about the ending. It's about the beginning. From strangers to something more. Sparkling heart word count 2040. Would you like me to also create a viral YouTube description plus 15 trending hashtags for this one to maximize engagement on your channel?